morning. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? There's so many people in chat already. Oh my gosh. Who have we got? We got Jupiter Spire, we got Louis, Penguin Queen, and Exile. Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? Lurking while housework? That's okay, Penguin Queen. Have a good lurk. This will be a bit of a shorter stream today, actually, because I have a lot of chores that I've been neglecting. I gotta get those done. But I had a thought. Maybe I'd do some art. Maybe I'd play a little bit of Beat Saber before I go. That should hopefully be set up now. Hopefully. So maybe we'll do a little bit of art and then we'll do a little bit of Beat Saber. It's been a while, and I want to do some Beat Saber. Playing Five Nights at Freddy. Cool. Nice. Considering making a bug sonar while you work. Ooh. What would be the base? Like what bug? Is there like a top 3? Or what, a front runner? Anyway, I am also going to be doing, I'm going to be remastering some comics today, because some of you might know that I have volume 1 of my tabletop comics up on my Ko-fi store, but I'm working on volume 2, and I'm very excited, and I need to get it done. And I want this to be bigger than volume 1. I want it to have a lot more comics than volume 1. Like over a year ago, we went through and started selecting comics for this one. So I'm finally on the redraw phase, because it's just been a while. It's taken a bit of time for me and my editor to like convene. Will it be available in hardcover? Sadly not. That's just gonna be, I think that's just an expense that I don't think I can fly. I mean, I have this dream of one day consolidating everything into just this pretty hardback cover with just like 300 comics in it. Was asking for the gag anyhow. That's fine. But one day, I don't know if that day will ever come. I feel like that might be a lot, you know, because that'll be like, by the time I get to the point where I can do that, I'd been doing these comics for like 10 years. And I'm not sure I could be relevant for that amount of time. That's quite a long time. So, we'll see, maybe. But I have other comics I want to work on that, you know, could be doing. Like, I'd like to do a hardback comic. I know it's for the gag, but I get very excited about looking at them. So this is one that I want to redraw today. And we might redraw a couple. It depends on how long I take with all of these. This one, you can tell it's old because it's got a little line across the title. I don't do that anymore. And just a general look of dungeon. It's not quite the same that I do these days, but I feel like it's more of a thing that I notice in other people. But if you go back, the best, you know, fun fact, the best place to see my really, 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 really old comics is Tumblr. My Tumblr is where I started doing the comics, and it has everything. It has them all of the terrible ones, back from 2018. Be warned, 90% of them are about Exalted. So if you don't play or know Exalted, you might be confused. It took a while before I started to be a little bit more, not generic, I guess, relatable. I expanded to other tabletop games. Whereas I think, yeah, when I spread out across the other social planes, I tended, that's when I kind of became a little bit more like, oh, other people are doing this cool thing and I want to talk about this cool thing. So I just started talking about a lot of extra things. That's generally how it happened. My quest across the internet. Okay, what I'm planning to do is I'm going to just draw over this and correct it as I go, because I think this is why I've started with this one. Because I think this one is a good one. I like this one. It's old, but I still think it's funny, which is a sign that I did something right. And I have a lot of the... I like the pose a lot, but it's just very broken, so we need to try and fix this pose to look a little less, like, just weirdly angled. But I like the top-down view in Staying Awake in Bed. We might make the expression a little bit more extreme. Just like the idea that the phone's there, but we might swap that out for a bedside table for consistency, because that tends to be what I draw these days. Because, yeah, this... Oh my gosh, this would have been when I was in a different house. So I think this is from a time where I didn't have a bedside table, so we're going to update it so that it doesn't look like I sleep in many different bedrooms. Not that I think there's many comics of me sleeping in different places, but I mean, actually, I think that I'd be surprised if I really looked for how many comics was just me laying down. I think I'd be a bit like, oh my gosh, I need to come up with some more ideas. So already, I just want to fix the hairline, because that's a very consistent thing now. My little side flicks are always little curves, and I like to do the when I'm straight on, I do the two hair curls. Like, actually, I can come in, can't I? Hello, everybody. I can come in close. So I've got... Oh, wait, no, I pressed the wrong button. Go back. There we go. I've got, like, my little hair curls and my fringe, but when I have it on the side view, I like to just do the one curl. Okay. Now, I have to remember how to shrink back down without going huge. Is it this button? Yeah, it's that button. I did it. This comic was before the invention of bedside table. Exactly. Don't give away how old I really am, Exile. I know people are suspicious already. But, come on. No one can know I'm actually a shapeshifter. I feel like people already know. Okay, and yeah, there's no shape to this hair. Like, I like that I was doing the messy thing. I'll do the messy thing, but there's no shape. There's no shape here. The truth must be no. The truth will be concealed. Messy for me is having, like, this one extra hair flick. So, yeah, we'll curve that. Actually, we'll do that line in a second, after I figured out the shoulders. And then we'll pop this in. The face shape, though, that's more or less okay. That's the part of this that's okay. Okay. Where are the arms? What am I doing? I see where I was going. Like, I knew what I wanted from this pose, but I was just like, I don't know how bones work. So I just did a line here and a line here and called it a day. Which, you know, considering how quickly I do these comics, it's not that surprising. So really, I think if I think about this, looking at how I want, I'm gonna want the shoulders to have an angle to them. Like, one's gonna be lower down. And then I've got chubby arms, but that's gonna have this sort of shape. If I draw that in, that's where that shoulder's gonna be. And that's what that one's doing. I'm pretty sure. We'll have to turn these lines off afterwards because I'm now just drawing a completely different thing. And I have very chubby arms, so I can get away with just doing a round line, I think. And that sleeve should come in a lot smaller. We'll have to put some sort of neckline in. And this hand should be lower down, for sure. So we're just gonna try and fix some past mistakes here. And we're gonna just come round so that the elbows match, and then we'll put a hand in. Okay, how do I feel about that? Look, that looks much neater than it did in the past. All of those life drawing streams, I've learned a little bit about anatomy. Because I can't even use the excuse that I did that quickly, because I just did this in about 30 seconds. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but that's at least looks like a set of shoulders, as opposed to whatever this is. I'm gonna do my best to not keep throwing shade at my old drawings. But anybody who's an artist will know, if you're looking back at an old drawing, it's very hard to not see everything that's wrong with it. So now we're gonna come in with this jaw. And I'm gonna just think where I want the neck. The neckline will be like here, which means we want the hair to kind of come in and do this. I think I'll draw this line down here. Everyone's exactly. You start somewhere. You work your way up. I just think it's a constant learning progress. This is, yeah, exactly. If you want to see some real, you want to see the real difference, because I know I have a very simple doodly style, and it can be like, oh, but those are doodles. That's fine. You want to see some doodles. You go back to the start of the Tumblr blog. Oh my gosh. It's one of those I'm keeping for, I guess, historical reference. I think that one needs to be a bit more over here. And then I'm not going to actually need this line. That was just for me to figure out the back. Same with all of my jiggles back here. Probably won't even need that to be as long as it is, because I wear a black shirt. Cool. How does that look? Yeah, I might want to move the neck a bit. Maybe, do I even want this? Like, do I want to just keep it nebulous? Maybe? Yeah, we're gonna keep it nebulous. Neaten some of this up. It's been a while since I've used Illustrator this way, where I've used the paintbrush tool to draw freehand. But I think it just helps me figure out where I need to be with these comics, because otherwise I've got to draw it in Photoshop and then come back, and that just takes... It's a bit extra time that I don't think I need with this very, very doodly style. I think I just want that to kind of curve in there. Yeah. And that way I get things to look a bit more hand-drawn. Like, I am going back and tweaking the lines like this. But then it keeps the style a bit better than if I was to just use the usual tool. Okay. This is a great expression, though. I will give Past Me that. I do enjoy this expression. We might try and improve it somewhat, but this was good. This was a good shout. But we will just use a circle for the eye to keep that nice and round. And I tend to draw pillows a little differently now. I like to put like these little boops in the corner. I know that's not the best way of describing it, but that's how I feel. They're like little boops. These little round boops. So how is everybody else doing? How has everybody else's weekend been? I've been very excitedly chatting away. We've got Exile making a bug zoner. We've got Penguin Queen doing some housework. There's Jupiter Spire. I missed it. Working on an application for promotion. Yeah! Get that promotion! I hope that goes well. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh gosh, there's just so much space here now. Doing outside trash at work right now. Ah. Yeah, the pillow needs to come right down to like here. We'll add the little boop here. And then we'll just come in there and we'll pull this over here. Made a mouse friend, giving them some stale food. So I have such a mixed feeling about rodents. When they're pets, I love them, but I have such a fear of just finding them in the wild. I don't mind if they're away from me. Like, you know, it's one of those things, you see them all the time on the tube. That's just how it is. That's just how it is in old Londinium. You know, you'll be waiting for the train and you just look down and be like, oh look, it's all the tube mice. That's where they live. But they very rarely come up to say hi, and I'm fine with that. That's like where I can appreciate them. That's where I find them cute. If they came over to me, I think I'd be a little bit less okay with everything. Because growing up, I had a pet rat, and he was the sweetest. He was the sweetest thing. Oh my gosh, they're so social. They're just such sweet social creatures. But when they're like out in the wild and carrying disease, I just can't. Gotten the first draft done. It needs rejigging and hyping up. Ah, yeah. Get out the thesaurus. Find the most exciting words possible. But not too exciting. It's also worth looking up, like, buzzwords. I guess for a promotion, that's less of an issue. But for, like, applying for jobs, there's, like, some companies put them through, like, automation machines. And they're specifically looking for buzzwords. And if you didn't include any of those buzzwords, then it just immediately just discards your application, which I think is awful. I hate that exists. But I got some really good advice about that, actually, which blew my mind. Because if people are too lazy to check the applications, then they're probably not going to check this. Someone just said, put the buzzwords at the bottom in white text so that so that the machine picks it up, but it doesn't have to interrupt your flow. And I was just like, what? My mind is blown. My baseline disposition towards anything, human, animal, bug, whatever, is you don't bite me, we can be chill. Do you know what? I have a similar philosophy. I have a similar philosophy. The biting, definitely on the no table. There's also just how quickly things move. That will make me jump. Like if something just suddenly flails. Oh boy. My heart. I can't take the sudden movement. Okay, so I'm gonna just turn this off because that hand's not gonna help me out. Alright. I think that's how I want this. Oh, no. We're just gonna extend the first finger out. We'll extend that one as well. Probably give this another line. But we want it to be the same thickness as everything else. There we go. It's my little chubby fingers. There we go. That's looking better already. Like, just vast improvements. Much better body structure. Looks like my current style. Let me give it a save because I haven't. This one is can't sleep. Thankfully, it's an internal application, so it's going straight to your manager. Yeah, that's all good then. That's always a relief. Okay, and then I'm gonna just get this line over here. Have a good luck, Louis. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the Five Nights at Freddy marathon? Let's call it a marathon. There we go. I'm gonna give this a bit of a curve so that it's not as painfully straight. Let's pop that in, and then we can work on this curve a bit. My boss isn't chill with mouse friend, lol. Apparently they have a thing against rodents. A lot of people do. I wouldn't say I'm as bad as that. Like, I don't have an immediate freak out. I just I feel like I'm obviously not comfortable. Is how I would probably put it. But some people just can't stand being in the presence of a rodent, and that's not quite me. Okay, and then we'll just hide this little bit of the arm under the blanket. Like this. We might move it over as well. Just because if I'm putting a side table in there, I might need a bit more room, which is definitely doable. And then kind of just look at my angles. Because it would probably be nicer if Dungeon was more centered anyway. So do I don't think I need much else from here. I might turn it on and use it more as a reference now. But if I put Dungeon more of a center, then I can fit the other details around. I might even move the speech bubble to up here. I mean, it can go here. It can go in a few places. I could comfortably lay in one of those goofy fear factor tanks with any kind of animal. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. Yeah, that should give me more room for the table, which is just going to be like a square anyway. That. Get that square in, because I don't mind if it's like a cut-off or anything. We'll give it the same angle. That honestly wasn't too bad, but I'm just thinking I can use this to make sure that this angle is a bit better. Should be up here. Then it was my phone that was on the side. So big rectangle. Call it a day. No, we'll put it on charge. That's more realistic. I'm gonna just duplicate the same rectangle so that I've got the same angle. And create this. Have the wire come around and then go off over here. Like this. So now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna shrink it down. I'm gonna pop it on the side instead, so it's more of a reference as to what needs to be here. I just need another pillow to fill out this side of the bed and maybe some creases in the bed to show where I'm resting. Don't know if I want to put something up here. I'm not sure if I need to. Maybe just the line, actually, because this is where the wall is. So maybe I'll just get a line like this, just to cut it off. then what I might do is I might just collect a lot of these lines, and then we can come round and just finish it off. And I might just move this up actually, or down. Put it here so I can see what I'm doing. Go back and add some taper to some of these lines as well, I think. There we go. Got a second pillow. So we know that there's a bit of an arm there, so we can definitely add this. Like that. Depends if we want to put a button. I always want to put a button. We'll probably put the speech bubble over there, but I kind of like it. Gotta squeeze the butts in any way you can. Okay. I like this. This is looking good. So let me just find, this is the only thing that isn't a line, so let me lock that off. Let's arrange this, put it to the front. Bring to the front. And that way I can select everything apart from the eye. We'll put it on regular lines. Let's make it 5-point, round off the edges, and now we can taper things. Add a fill-in to the shirt and stuff. So first thing is probably that these lines, I'm going to make them slightly thinner. And then some of them I think could do with a taper. Maybe not all of them. This way though. Just the longer ones, I think. And maybe not like even completely, like just a tiny bit. Like that one looks good, but this one looks a little bit too tapered. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Taper all these lines. These lines I might also shrink down a bit. Oop, wrong way, let's get the ear. Into the middle of this. And this. Ooh, what has happened? Have you... Illustrator, have you hidden my edges again? Why do you keep doing this? There we go. Just decide sometimes. It's like, you don't need these. Right, but I do. I do, though. Stop hiding them. There we go. I just want to fix that curve a little bit. Two downsides of having you play in my pocket. One, I can't see the drawing. Two, it doesn't log chat so you can see what people say. No one's really been saying a lot of things, so I think you're good on this part, but I get what you mean. I actually do need to update my on-screen chat for that reason. I know it animates off currently. I was trialing it out, but I was having a talk with some people and I feel like I agree it doesn't really work. I've got all the space here to keep the chat log on screen, so I'm gonna when I remember to when I eventually remember, I'll get round to it. Looking at this again, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like the taper. I kind of like that just being as it is, so we'll keep that as is. These ones might work better tapered though, because they're bigger. Okay, so I'm gonna come in and I'm going to duplicate the lines here that I need for the shirt. Just pop it on top. Gonna fill that in. And then I don't have to worry about that. That arm is longer, isn't it? Okay. I want to make it shorter, I think, rather than making this one longer. I think that will look better. Okay, don't need that. There we go. It's a bit better. Slight taper on the hair. Now that line looks a bit too thick now, so let's take that down. There we go. Then I'm gonna just make a square and use it as a clipping mask just to hide those edges. Okay, let's get the text on. Okay, I have Should probably not put my tablet pen in my mouth while I'm talking to stream. Best idea for a campaign... ... Give that a little bit more thickness. I think we want to center align it, and then we need to bring that line spacing down. So if I bring the text so it's all the same size, I usually have it quite close together these days. I'll spread it out slightly more. I don't have to worry about any descenders with my handwriting because I usually do all capitals. So it was here. We have had a bit of a move around with the layout. I kind of want to put it up here because I feel like there is everything up here isn't really anything, whereas like, you know, the blanket, I think I've put the bud in now. Gotta have, you can't hide it. That's just against the rules, surely. Has that got a thing on it? What happened? Okay, do you know what? We'll figure that out in a second. There's a clipping group. What is happening? What are you doing, Illustrator? Why are there dots? Why are there dots around the corners? What have you done? Ah, okay. It's separate. What? No? Yes? What is this? I haven't seen this before. Gonna see. Okay. It's there on all lines. Is it gonna just be there if I use more text? No, wait a second, I want to make sure I have the right handwriting font. Why are you automatically doing clipping groups? This is fascinating. Right, well then let's just delete this. Something weird is happening. I don't know why you're automatically putting everything in a clipping group. Illustrator? That's a new one. We've not done this before. A customer failed to realize today is daylight savings here in the state. Is it? Oh my gosh. When is it in the UK? I have to know now. Daylight savings. 2023. We've got a couple more weeks, I think. I think March 26th. March 26th, okay. It would be nice if it was the same, but you know, that's not how time zones work. Okay, let's try this text again. Hopefully it's not going to clipping mask automatically. Okay. Okay, cool. This looks better. Thinking that would be a nicer shape. we pop that there. Bring that out. Group that, and then we can hit it with a fill. See what that's looking like. Needs a bit of work on that curve. I want to make this bigger. Oh, nope, not 400. 40. There we go. But I don't like the way that line is just touching the bubble now, so let's just move it back slightly. That works. Might just move this further in. Since I'm committing to the bubble placement being up there. Yeah, I think that looks a little neater. Dungeon's right in the center now. I'm gonna have a swig of tea. I have fruit tea today. I didn't talk about it because I've been excited about every other thing. I have some, I think it's orange and peach tea, but it smells so good. It smells so peachy. I'm gonna have some. It's really, really nice. I just wanted to share. Just imagine a really sweet, peachy smelling tea. It's so tasty. Nom 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 nom. Okay. So, something I didn't do in Volume 1, but I'm thinking of doing in Volume 2, is adding a bit more shade, because I do that now in my comics. Like, that's just the 2-year difference in these releases, so I'm a bit torn. I don't know whether or not I should put the shading because that's just what I do now. or if I should try and keep it consistent with Volume 1. I'm gonna talk to my editor about it. But I'm leaning more towards putting the shade in because that's just kind of, that's what I do. It's not that I dislike the way it looks flat like this either, because you know, it's still communicating the messages, and this is how I did the comics for like a really long time, because the idea was speed. But I feel confident enough to put some shadows in now. Like, that's just a part of the process. Because shadows only ever made it into the old comics when they were like a part of the joke, like if it helped aid the expression. Having a little stretch. So I might just add a few shadows on. And then we'll go on our first break. Oh, we don't need to go that far in. Okay. Oh yeah, because I've turned on pixel view. There we go. That's why. I was like, why do I have a pixel grid? Because you turned it on, you dummy. Right. Gotta get that ear shaded. And then what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna just group this. Tell this to be at 50%. And then this one itself can go up to 100 again, and then I can come into this group. I like to just put some shade in the ear and under the hairline. There we go. Definitely around the neck. I think I might move this one on a bit more. Then we're gonna accentuate the shadows under the eye as well. Then I'm gonna want to put like a shadow beneath the face, on the pillow, and then we'll need one for the hair as well. going to use the lines to cut that shape out. So I'm going to just duplicate them. That should be all the lines that I need. Just grab this and come round and connect that up. Hoping I can make this a fill shape. Yep, I can. I can use that to cut through these circles. So let's just make this red so I can tell what everything is. And we'll cut. Just want the little black parts, and then we'll merge this together. There we go. And then I've got my shadow. Jupiter Spire has redeemed a hydrate. I shall do a hydrate. I get to drink more of my delicious peach tea. Num 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 num. Let's combine this. I like how this is looking. I really do. I encourage everybody else to have a nice little hydrate along with me. Nom 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 nom. I'm gonna grab this pillow. A fill shape, though I can see that the corners aren't as aligned as they could be, because this is going to be the shadow that I use under the pillow. Then those 3 lines on the top. I don't need them. Gonna dip for a minute. Okie dokie, have a good be right back. Exile, no worries. There we go. Pillow shadow. And then we can also use this. I mean, we did give it a rotate, so we'll just fix the rotate. You can also use this as a way, as a map, just instantly to cut out the bit of the shadow that we don't need, so. The bottom of this shape was ever so slightly different to the other side, and that's fine. There we go. I'll lock the shadow and then I can get access to that line. No, not that line. This line. No. No. Come on. Work with me. Work with me, Illustrator. There we go. That's what I wanted. Just kind of looks like I'm smothering dungeon now. And then I'll need to cut off the other arm as well, but that's fine. I can do that. I need to expand these before I can cut them because they're still live pain. Now I can do that, and I can bring this down. And it's not going to be something that I want on the arm because the arm is above the pillow, so that won't really make much sense. So I'm going to cut it. And just get rid of that extra bit. There we go. I should have kept it, but I just need to fix this shape up again so I can make a shadow for the other side. Let's just make sure that these are all lining up. I wasn't overly neat with it because I knew it was going to be hanging outside of the panel. But I think that should fix it now. Okay. What has happened? How has that line gotten added in? I don't want to steal that line. There we go. Let's line this up. Then I went at a slightly down angle, didn't I? Like this. Oh, no, wrong box. I don't know why I went over there. And then if I get rid of the lines on this, and just pop this up, that should more or less do the trick. There we go. So what are you up to now, Jupiter Spy? Have you finished the application? Or it just said you were rejigging, hyping it up. How is that going? How is the hype going? And I think I want to do the floor in this dark grey as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this to 50. And I'm going to pop it on the bottom. And I'm going to duplicate my current shape. Take all the shadows out of here that I don't need. That wasn't a shadow though, was it? That was the body. I think it's just this one, isn't it? Yeah. Perfect. And I'm just going to keep the lines that I need to be like a solid white, so I don't actually need this pillow. I'm just going to need the edge of the bed, so I shouldn't need any of the dungeon here at all, actually. badly. I hate hyping myself up. Never been good at it. Editing your written work. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You can do it. I believe in you. Pretend you're talking about somebody else. That might sound like bad advice, but I think that helps because it can be really hard to be like, yeah, I'm super cool and awesome and you should give me more money. Like, it's because, you know, I feel like in a way we're conditioned to just not do that. So maybe it'll help if you think about, you know, somebody you admire and just, you know, what words you'd use to describe them and then just use them to describe yourself. That's some good. I don't know if that's good advice, but hopefully it is. Hopefully it's helpful. I think it is. It's how I think about these things anyway. Because more often than not, it's a confidence issue. I think. I want a point in here so that I can just cover up that space. And then this is just going to be my mat for the backgrounds. I'm not sure if this was the best way of going about this, but it's the way I've chosen to do it. Clipping mat so I don't get distracted. Okay, there we go. Now there's a bit of depth in the scene, which is what I thought was missing. Though I'm wondering, I think it needs to be dark anyway. That's the one thing that's missing here. And that's pretty easy to do. Just put the lights out. Boop. Yeah, yeah, it's come together nicely. I think that's pretty much there for this one. I picked one that would be very quick to start with because I just want to ease myself into this. Into the redraws. So I like it. I think just looking at this one slightly like this, I think there's an obvious major improvement. I can turn the opacity back up actually if we're going to do a compare. Yeah, just nicer lines and like there's an actual. Just for me, it's the arms. Like, I think it just really highlights how bad this one is. And it's just worse every time I look at it. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I have shoulders now. Yeah. Oh gosh. I feel a bit mean, but I don't know. I don't feel mean. It's my own art. I don't feel mean. It's just like, I don't I just feel like I don't know how much time, I don't know what was going through my brain. I don't know what was going through my brain that said, yeah, this'll do. But I guess maybe I do see because I could translate it really easily. Like, I got the pose, I knew what was happening, so maybe that was it. Maybe my brain was just like, yeah, it might look terrible, but you get it. You get it. But now it's nice and soft and chubby and just a little bit just more organized. And I have a bedside table now. I don't have to charge my phone on the floor like a heathen. Cool. Well, I'm gonna have a short break. I'm gonna go get some tea, and I'm gonna pick the next comic that I'm gonna redraw. I think we'll do one more, and then we'll play some Beat Saber, and then we'll call it a day. I think we'll only have a tiny bit of Beat Saber, but I think that'll work for me. Okie dokie. If you need a stretch, or if you need to go get yourself a drink or a snack, or if you need to go do something else to take care of yourself, just a chore like put on the washing or just do a couple of pieces of washing up, it's a good time to do that. It's a good time to do that because I'm going to be gone for a whole 10 minutes. So I will see you all in 10 minutes. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a good break. I'm not sure where the subtitles got Google from in that sentence, but hey. I hope everyone had a good break. I selected another comic. I've got another simple one. This is another one that's old. You can tell because the watermark says Daily Dungeon Delves. It was back when I did it every day. Instead of 3 times a week. But yeah, I like this comic. I feel like it needs a few amends. Some interesting choices were made, like how the chin is so flat. But the face is good. I might move the body, like, it being in the corner is also a weird choice. It should just be, like, part of me just feels like this should just be a huge close-up. Thank you for the Pet Mimic Bot treat. They appreciate it. Yeah, I just feel like, and it's a speech, like a thought bubble. It's just really odd. I remember this comic, yeah. I couldn't tell you what year I did this. I want to say 2019. Because I changed up the titles around when I was working on Volume 1. And that was like 2020. So this is probably from 2019. The face you make when you haven't figured out the mysteries of your campaign or are hoping the players figure it out for you. Neat. Why you gotta call me out this way? Why? I mean, it works, so I'm gonna keep doing it. For sure. I mean, if I pretend like I've got a big mystery long enough, I feel like I shouldn't say this with Jupiter Spire here. That's what you've been doing. Look, if I just, like, speculate for a hot minute, someone will come up with a fantastic idea. And then I don't have to. And then, you know, that person gets the satisfaction of being like, I was right all along. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly right. You know, it's a tabletop RPGs are a collaborative storytelling game. You just might not realize how collaborative it is. I do this with puzzles. Never have answers to... interesting. That's fun. Like, when I do... I find it hard to not have an answer for a puzzle. Because I just really love puzzles. I just do. I love them so much. And it's really hard for me to not have a solution to that puzzle, like, already in my brain. But I'm discovering kind of as I go that maybe other people don't have quite the same love for puzzles that I do. I feel like a rat that just realized it's been on a wheel the whole time. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. I mean, it's not all the time. Honest. Welcome back, Exile. Hello. I'm zoomed in. I am. I can zoom further and look into everybody's soul. Hello. Everybody's soul. Oh, zoom back in again. Didn't mean to do that. Zoom back out. There we go. What did you miss? I finished the last one. Here it is. It's all tidy now. And we are redrawing this one. this one, and I was talking about how I feel like it should just be a closer image of the face. Though I do like the pose, but just being in the corner of the panel is a very weird decision. So we're gonna not do that. But I'm gonna start off how I did before, where I'm gonna use it as a base and then move it around. So at least this one has the right fringe, like curls. I mean, it doesn't flick out though. For ages I just rounded it off and it's really weird to me. I feel like seeing a meme with a similar layout. Ah, interesting. I can move the face over a bit, but these definitely need to have a little bit of a flick. And then this face. The face is round. It's always round. So we'll come in and then we'll add the hand afterwards because I think I want to redraw it anyway. So we'll just do that. That makes sense. How are you doing anyway, Neep? I don't think I asked. I think you caught me mid-ramble. Oh yeah, no, I know not this comic, just like a different meme. Sometimes, I mean, obviously, sometimes I get inspired by other memes and do like my own parodies of them. But I don't remember that being the case for this one. Oh, let's get that curve in. And that. Yeah, like this is, it's a bit big. I'll just, the hair's a little bit high. We'll take that down. Doing alright, just getting ready for the day. Nice. Are you up to anything fun? Or is it work? I always forget who is working on Sundays. You're showing off your shape-shifting with the solid jaw. Exactly, that was what was happening. It was a solid jawline kind of. I was probably drawing a lot of like just big buff burly characters at that time. That's probably where that came from. Just find myself in a lot of campaigns with a lot of big buff burly characters. Whether I'm playing or running, like it just seems to be, that just seems to happen. It's not always me who makes them, but I'm here for them, for sure. Plan is to work on a song. Ooh, but let's see how it goes. Banged your head against the wall with it yesterday, so maybe it shook something loose. Well, I hope so. Sometimes you do just need to step away from something and then come back to it. I'm kind of doing that with my Mimic Zine right now, which I haven't forgotten about. I know sometimes projects do just disappear, but we will come back to it. I'm not in love with the way it was looking after the first stream, so I'm kind of coming back to the drawing board on it, but it will return. Just after I have a little bit of a think. There we go. Okay, well now we've fixed this. And then I feel like I need to get the hand in, but again, I'm probably just going to draw that without the reference because I don't think it's the best reference. And then because we've changed the face structure so much, I'm gonna change where this is sitting. I think it needs to sit down here. I kind of like the mouth just being so far up. Oh my gosh. That's a face. I feel like it's accurate though. Jupiter Spy, you might be able to attest. I feel like that's my DM face. Okay. I do kind of just like the coy shoulder. Yes, 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 yes. The coy shoulder is kind of nice, but I feel like there needs to be more of a pose made of this. Okay, so let's see about hand. Well, I think maybe I'll start on the finger. Or the fingers. Like, that tends to be how I rest my hand. I'm just kind of roughing it out at this point. Or do I? I mean, it's hard to tell because I've got headphones on. Maybe I do want to wrap them round a bit more. Let's just get rid of that. Just like, you know, resting by my ear. I just really like this. this like weird pose that I've got going on. And then if that comes around there, that'll work, I think. But I want it here. Because I can put the speech bubbles on either side, and that will frame it better. Okay, let's neaten some of this up. So I'm gonna just group all of the face bit, and I'm gonna lock it in. I might actually just reduce the opacity slightly so that I can really focus on the hand. And I'm gonna want to neaten this up a bit, so let's bring this over a bit. Points in here. Yeah, I don't need that. And I don't need this. to be quite as sharp. But otherwise, I think it's an okay shape. That's one thing I know that I've gotten a lot better at over the last few years, is just hands. I have the occasional problem, but most of the time I feel like at least acceptable with some of them. And I'm like, this is fine. This is doable. It's just feet now. Feet and legs. Oh, we'll get that. We'll fix them. We'll fix those legs. And I could just redraw that line. So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna use the pen tool to try and figure this out. There we go. Staring into the soul. I'm almost thinking that it's like this hand is just supporting this one, so I can frame the body with the hands. I think that'll work. Work if I figure everything, if I figure out my angles. Kinda. I kind of like it, but I actually think it's too big. Like, the head should be ridiculously big, and the arms should be maybe like kind of like chibi. 10 minutes till freedom. I hope it goes swiftly. Let's try and, like, I just think it should be like a chibified. I think that could help frame it. I'll have to shrink the other one down as well, obviously. Otherwise that would be weird. like a baby hand. Very small. Built like an arm wrestler. Ah, yeah. Baby Handu. It's Kakuin's worst nightmare. Okay. So I feel like I maybe want this to kind of come in here. Or do I want it coming up here? Yeah, I do actually like that. Let's just make sure it's not interacting badly with the other lines. We want our lines to play nice. I think I want to move this one back now. Slightly changing the pose up a bit. So I think I want my elbow to come up slightly. Oh, not really. Like, that angle looks better, but nah. I think in order to make it match, I'm gonna want to change this shape up. So it's coming from a similar place, shoulder-wise. Like here. I like it. It's got like a, oh please tell me more face. This definitely is slowly changing into my please come up with my plot for me face. I think maybe the hand instead, because it will look weird just hanging out here, as much as that would be kind of a natural pose for me. I think the hand should be like twisting round and kind of cupping this one. Because then it will be a nicer shape overall. And so this is the back now. So here we'll have a thumb. Coming up here. And then this one will come up like this. And you probably won't see all 5 fingers because they'll be around the back. 4 minutes, battery's at 9%. Oh no! It's a race against time. Depends if you're watching the stream or if I'm still in your pocket, Exile. Because if I'm still in your pocket, you could put me on audio only mode. That might help your battery. But if you're watching, then it's just a race against time. I was, okay. Oh gosh, so cute. Oh, I love it. I love it. This one has a lot of energy. It's one of these times where I was like, yeah, the idea of this comic was good, but I'm not a fan of the execution anymore. So that's why we got to change it up. It's the point of remastering a lot of these for the books. Because I want to print the best ones. The vibes are solid. Thank you. Yeah, the vibes are, it's definitely a lot stronger. And I'm more than happy to give my comics a redraw, since they usually, like, the hour that I draw them in is usually, you know, I come up with the idea and draw it and post it, like it's all within the same amount of time. So they can definitely be reworked. They are like an exercise of just being quick. But that's never going to be the best execution. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here. And we're going to edit this up. So that we have all of the lines as they should be. So we can get rid of these points. And is that thumb going to be in front of the ear? Let's say it is. I think it is. Just going to neaten that up ever so slightly, and then bring that in. And then we bring that there. Yay! Okay, hit and save. Like, here we go. Let's bring this over to the side again. There we go. Just the difference. The difference a few years can make, and having a little bit of time to think about things. It's just so much cuter now. It's just so much cuter. Like, I don't usually go into huge detail with Dungeon's Fingers, but I think this is fine. This is working for me. Could turn this into a pin, probably. I want to do a sticker club, so that's part of. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't like to harp on, but we've got this Ko-fi goal down here, and that's for printer, and I would like to do so. I will be getting on a Patreon soon. Exciting, but I want to get on a Patreon and do some Ko-fi memberships, and at first, I think it's just going to be like some small things. So it'll be mostly just, you know, for support, but I would be posting some images up there that I won't be posting anywhere else. Talking about like behind the scenes stuff and doing like a member stream once a month that you'll only have access to with those stuff. So that's what the initial plan for the Patreon and Ko-fi membership is. But I really want to do a sticker club. But I need to be able to print the stickers nicely. Which is why I've got my Ko-fi goal. So any donations that come through Ko-fi go into my printer goal. so that I can maybe do a sticker club. But these are all things for the future that I would like to do. So yeah, this kind of thing I would love to make a sticker out of, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna move this completely out of here because otherwise that's going to annoy me. Just because I have sticker sheets in my store right now, but it, you know, going to get them printed, it's just a lot more of an expense. I don't know how I would do that on a Ko-fi thing by itself. There we go. So this is it. The speech bubbles are going to be on either side of Dungeon, and I want them to be centered. Are they centered this way? They're not. There we go. Now they are. I might actually move them further apart so that I can get like this diagonal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm just going to copy the text from here. Why is Dungeon referring to yourself in the in I'm assuming third person? Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like the Team 4-star joke for Vegeta. It's like, my son, the planet, or me. Yes. Dungeon is me and also the character. So sometimes there's a bit of a third-person action going when I'm referring to drawing a character on screen. If I make a stupid face, you'll never know if you're right or wrong. So I need to check my notes. I need to check my editor notes. Was there anything about my spelling on this one? There's a good chance that there is. I'm just very thankful for my editor, because I always send things and I'm like, this is probably fine, and then I get so many annotations back. I'm like, oh gosh, thank you for looking at this. I didn't realize how bad my writing was. Well, like I guess not my grammar? I don't know. Aha! Oh, it's just about the title. That's fine. Which I haven't actually added, which I should. And it's just that there shouldn't be an apostrophe because I'm talking about players plural. Okay, that's fair. This is fair. If I make a stupid face, you'll never know if you're right. Yeah, I don't think I need the or wrong, to be quite fair. Because it's almost implied. Okay. But then I'm gonna need a title. Which I didn't put on this one either, actually. I need to put my titles on there. Yeah, keep it as pithy as possible. Like, this is a very long title as well. To your players, theories about your campaign. I'm just going to say campaign as well, just in the interest of being as concise as possible. Grammar is ever evolving, and the fixed rules people try to enforce are a tool of the bourgeoisie. I think it's fine when you're like, you know, I'm posting these online, and because I'm talking usually quite colloquial. It's usually a lot of spelling and stuff, but I think for print, I want things to be tighter. But I think it's up, you know, it's totally up to the person. Like, if that's not what you want, that's not what you want. But I like my editor has good recommendations. They aren't too snippy, or like, what's the word? Snooty. Snooty was the word I was looking for. Though sometimes I don't mind. So occasionally after I post a comic, I realize I've made a spelling mistake, and that's on most sites, like on Tumblr and Tapas. I can change out the image so I can fix it, and that's fine. But on Instagram and Twitter, I can't change out the image. But you know what? I don't actually stress about it, because there's a part of me that goes, this is gonna drive up engagement. And I'm not wrong, because people like to tell me how I've spelt things wrong. And that's my silver lining. If I've caught a spelling mistake too late, I'm like, oh man, oh well, the engagement of this comic is going to be wild. Like, my most recent one, it's not a spelling thing, but I had a very similar thing with my most recent one. I'm going to open it up in Photoshop just to show you what it is. And explain, because I have had a lot of the same comment on my most recent comic. And I'd like to say it's not a bad one. It's not a bad comment at all. It's just been very repetitive. If there's one R, the people love thing people love more than good content. Yeah, people can't help but correct you. This is what I've learned. This is just how the internet works. So here's my most recent comic. I've opened it up. Bam. Sometimes I wish I could just soak inside a giant healing potion. I know, right? It's chill. It's relaxing. I was listening to lo-fi and was trying to think of something chill. But this comic has had such a repeating comment on it that I was not anticipating, because I am not really a Star Wars fan. But wouldn't you know it, I know what a Bacta tank is now. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's so many. And the only response I could think of is like, yeah, I do see, there's been a lot of GIFs sent along with the comics and hashtags and things. It's just been very interesting. I always find it so interesting when there's like an unanticipated reaction to one of these. My reaction is just, I'm more of a DBZ fan myself. Isn't Bacta generally unpleasant? I mean, the Bacta tanks that I've seen with the GIFs have got like a lot more wires. I was thinking, yeah, I mean, even the DBZ one has like the mask and stuff. I was thinking like a sensory deprivation tank or something. But yeah, that's been interesting. That's like been the most commented thing for a while. As TFS would say, the pod. Yes, exactly. That was what I had in my head. I thought that would be it, but nobody has said that. It's all been Bacta. If Bacta isn't just Star Wars healing potion, Yeah, I mean, that's the revolution. That's the takeaway I've had, is that, you know, that's just what that is. And then someone said, you know, there were some other comments that were really fun as well, actually. There was a comment about healing potion hot springs, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this one wins. That is exactly the kind of thing that I want to do. That sounds so decadent and like a really fun holiday for the players. That I really like that idea. Sign me up for a spa day there right now. I know, I was so happy with that one. Another person said something that I thought of when I was drawing it, but I tend to try to keep things light, so I didn't post it in my comments. But somebody asked the question that I thought of, which was, can you drown in healing potion? Does it just keep healing you? Does it hurt, or are you just perpetually drowning for, you know, the entire time you're in there? And I was like, yeah, somebody else who's on my wavelength. I'm getting it. So yeah, surprising amount of engagement, actually. Like, there's some that I think will do better than others, but yeah, there was a lot of comments on this one. So I just felt like sharing that because I was talking about how people engage with spelling mistakes usually. The other thing is just whenever a comic hits home for pretty much everyone, and those are the ones that tend to be across different tabletop systems. Like, they just tend to sing out, I think. They really... people just really like those ones. Depending on the system, 5e suffocation rules don't affect HP. Ah! So yes, you could, mechanically speaking. Oh no! Yeah, because sometimes it's like, you know, it affects your HP. Ah, well that's interesting. I'm intrigued. It's like, just, you know, mechanically speaking, how hardcore is this? Okay, so I'm gonna want to make sure my lines are all the same, and then I'm going to turn this into a fill shape, and I'm gonna just fill the rest of this up with white, just so I have it. And then I'm just going to want to put a little bit of shade on here. So actually, I think I'm going to want some cheeks to help aid this. So let's group this. What about in Pathfinder? Does anybody know? This is a very obscure question. Does anybody know what the suffocation rules are for Pathfinder? Because I do not. I'm now very curious. No worries if no one does. There's no need to look it up or anything. I think it's a number of rounds equal to your constitution stat. Ah, okay, interesting. Unless you're unconscious and it's one round. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. We'll go with that. That's my DM style right there. It's like, I don't know this rule. Does anyone else know it? Somebody throws in a suggestion. I'm like, if everyone's fine with that, we'll just go with that, because it's quicker than looking up the rule. And then after this, we'll taper the lines a bit, actually, as well, because I'm just realizing that I should have done that. Have to look it up, but it became relevant in the first Pathfinder session you ran. I've got to say, I don't think I've ever had to look up suffocation rules. For me, it's always grapple. things always end up grappled in my campaign, and the grapple rules are never similar. They're always slightly different in a way that I need to completely look them up. Ah, that was Pathfinder. Ah, okay. No worries. They all blend together after a while. Yeah, I think like it's always grapple and then occasionally knockback. It's a lot of dynamic things that happen in the campaigns that I run. Players just get very excited. And I love to see it, but I always feel like I'm woefully underprepared. It's like I came here knowing the rules. I didn't come here knowing these obscure rules. Different dice systems differentiate the games. Yeah, I think that's why I get a lot confused a lot of the time as well between like different editions of D&D, because they're all D20 systems. It's definitely like I definitely need to make sure I had my rules a bit more in my head if I ever did something like paid DMing, because I know I have a habit of kind of combining 5th edition and 4th edition rules. If it's a D20 system, I got the bait. Yeah, that's how I feel. Is it a D10 system? Sweet, I can build up stuff. Yeah. If it's a D10 system, I'm like, well, I'm starting from World of Darkness and Exalted and stuff like that. If it's a D6 system, I'm probably coming from Powered by the Apocalypse or some... D6s can also have a few different rule sets, but generally are okay. Like, you can usually equate it, I think. That's how it works for me. I'm like, oh, so this is like Powered by the Apocalypse, or this is like Warhammer, or this is like D&D. That's usually my starting point. I think when you've played enough systems, you can have like that idea in your head. On another note, I'm craving sushi this morning. Ooh, sushi. I haven't had sushi in ages. That does sound good. Yeah, that's better. Okay. We have shade. So now I need to expand this to get my lines back. And now I can come into the lines and just give them a little bit of a taper. Go, because that I just really wanted to taper this one as well. I'm gonna just bring this forward so I can grab it. Not gonna go completely because it would have been a bit further down. I don't tend to taper that line, so we'll keep that. Maybe slightly this one. Just a little bit. This is the wrong way round again. I did that before. Why did I do that? There you go. It's like, hang on a second. The mouth can stay as it is. Yeah! I want to add some sparkles. Did I have sparkles before? Yeah, of course I did. How could I have not? I could move these around for ages. Yeah, it's looking okay. I'm gonna come back over here. Because I've realised I need to add a title in here as well, which is gonna affect things. So do you know what? I might deal with that some other time off stream, but I am gonna put it in the document so I remember it. There was a comment on the title of this one though. What was it? Needing sleep. Needing to sleep? Needing to sleep. Yeah, put that there. And we'll deal with the background some other time off stream. But yay! I think this one's done. So many sparkles! Then there's Fate with the fudge dice. Yes, I haven't played Fate though. I feel like I should. We have this. Look at the cute face. Look at the big bobble head. I like it a lot. I'm very into this. I'm gonna have a swig of my tea in celebration. Num 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 num. I hydrate, but I just drank my tea. I did a hydrate. Everybody else do a hydrate. It was a celebration hydrate. Yeah, celebration! Okay, cool, we've got the first 2 comics done. So there's going to be a lot of work of Volume 2 off stream, obviously, because I don't want to give everything away that's going to be in it. But here we are, here's the first 2 that'll be featured in it. I'm going to be working a lot behind the scenes. I won't be doing any of the new comics on stream, though. Those are going to be secrets. And I'm very excited. Hopefully I can get Volume 2 out. I'm aiming for this half of the year. So that'll be excited, but I don't want to promise anything, so don't worry, you will know when Volume 2 is coming out. Is the stream ending? We're going to go on a break, and then I'm going to come back with some Beat Saber. We are doing a shorter stream today, but we'll do a little bit of Beat Saber before we end. Because I want to. So we'll pop the art away, and we're gonna take out those Beat Sabers. You're gonna get your sushi on break. Yes, go get your sushi. It is a good time. If you need a drink, or if you need to go get sushi, or if you need to do a small task to help, you know, take care of yourself and clean up your space, it's a good time to do that, because I'm gonna be gone for 10 minutes, and then I'll be back with some Beat Saber. Oh, thank you for the follow. Hello and welcome on in. KO is taken? Isn't taken. Sorry. Is that Kaio? Kaio or KO? But thank you for the follow. Please feel free to drop the pronunciation if I messed that up. I like to make sure I get it correct. Yeah, we're gonna go on a break. So I will see everybody in 10 minutes for Beat Saber.